Hello, John from JAF Comics here. I am trying something new. We are going to video some of the boxes of stuff that we bring in from customers. So customers bring their stuff into the store. We purchase it from them. It goes from the front to the back, and then that gives me the chance then to go through it and sort it. I sort it between going on Hip Comics, which also ends up on our eBay account, and then wall books, and then dollar books. So I sort it out in a couple different ways. So here's the first couple of things, and you'll see the mess behind me that are also items that we'll kind of go through. So let's see what we've got here. So we paid for X-Men 144, 146. 144, 146, and 247, and Ultimate X-Men 1/2. So then the rest of these would be considered dollar books. I like to add it to our hips inventory if the spines are good, which the spines are not beautiful on these, so these are going to end up in our dollar box. So those are dollars. And then here is 247. He paid based on this being a $4 book. So I'm going to take this and put this in our $5 box behind me. That'll go on Hip for $5. 146 and 144. He paid these based on being worth about $12. And this one about 10. So these, and we also bold in the on the sheet here if it's a first appearance or something significant. So what I'm going to do is this Ultimate X-Men, $10. I'm going to price it at 10, and this will go on Hip at $10, and this one will go on at $12. So then what I'll do, these will go in. We have a box back here of price stuff. So when we do Hip, the boxes behind me, I have them set up where it's a $5 box, then a $6 box, then I do the $8 box, and then priced. So the price box, basically when we take them over to pictures, they do those first. And then this one, 144, I'm not even going to bother because it's only a $12 book, so this will just go in as priced, even though it's a key of some sort. I don't know off the top of my head. I see a ton of books. And then we keep track of all this. These are our sheets, tells us what our total payout is. And then if we were to do sort credit, we give people a little extra. And then it has the dollar books and all that on here. I chuck these, and then the rest, the team keeps an extra copy up front. And then we record it in our inventory system. At the end of the month, it all gets totaled out, and then we know how much we've spent for the month. So I'm going to put these in our dollars. And I will grab a box. Here's another box. So let's see what we got here. So this is all dollars. We separate these by Marvel, DC dollar books, and indie, because we pay less for indie books than we do the Marvel, DC stuff. So then what I'll do is I'll go through this and see if there's anything that we could put on Hip. So I've got some magazines here. I have magazine boxes, dollar boxes. So these will go in there. Scary Monsters magazine. What's this from? I don't even see a year on this guy. Interesting. All right, oh, it's a dollar book then. Dollar. These will be really good in our dollar bins. We have a couple horror guys that love this stuff. We paid based on $1, so that's cool. So like I said, I go through this and look for anything that could be worth putting in our Hip inventory. Usually X-Men stuff, Wolverine stuff, things like that. Like, this is a cool book if it was in better shape, but that'll just go in the dollars. So this one, especially because it's bagged and boarded already, I'll put this in my $5 box. We take these that are the little oversized stuff from the 90s, and we put $2 on these. We have a $2 box for those. That goes in our clearance center, or we call it the JAF outlet now. So these are going to be all dollars. You know, I look for some of this cool stuff. So when customers ask, hey, do you have any of this in the dollars? We usually know what's in there. Wolverine on hip seems to sell really well. But I like to make sure the spines are really good, because as long as they're really good, you know, it's an easy $5 sell. So this is all some Wolverines. And every once in a while I'll see something that I know is good, and I just leave it in here. Nice House on the Lake. These are all dollars. I don't see anything in here. It's hard to. Let me see if I can move this over and do this, maybe. Oh, there we go. So, and again, you know what? I can't know everything, so a lot of times my guys that go through the dollar bins, they're like, oh my gosh, I found this one and it's worth, you know, $60. You know what? It happens. I can't know every single book. You know, and my guys have gone through it once, then I go through it, so, and then a kid's book. This will end up in the dollars as well. So I'm going to take this whole box, throw it over at the dollars. That's dollars. And these are dollar magazines. I'll grab another box. All right, this is a good example here. This one has a good book in it. Then there's inventory that can go back in stock. So it's good condition. It's barcoded, so we can actually put it right back in inventory, and then dollars. So here's the sheet. Books in here that are good are this Red Hood, which he's got as a something. So let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I don't know what it is. Red Hood. Now, I use Comic Book Realm, and this is the current run. First appearance, Lieutenant Henrietta Forrest. So, what I will do, I'll copy this information. I should have had this open already. I can't find it now. I have a label that we use. So I will paste the information in here, put it on the book. I'll show you. And then this goes Red Hood #1. This will go 20. He paid us a 25. I do everything in even numbers. And I do that so that when we do half off and we take stuff to a show or whatever, I don't have to deal with change. So I try to do everything in even numbers. So he paid, based on this being worth $25. Comic Book Realm says it's worth 30, so I'm just going to put 24 on it. And print. And for 505. I haven't printed since I rebooted. So here is the label. So this is the label we print. I cut the bottom off and I stick it right here. And there you go. And then it goes into I have boxes behind my desk here that are all the wall books. So that was the only one. The other thing on here was trades. He paid extra for trades. I already brought them over because we had our sale. So current books that can be put right back in inventory is $199. So that is 199 books. So that's this stack. These are dollars, and it looks like that other box right there is the other box. So I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna put these away. And this is the other box of them. They go on our pallet. Our pallet then gets, at some point, someone will grab from there and they'll put the stuff back in inventory. We just scan it and put it right back in inventory, and it goes in our back stock. So these are the dollar books that he put in as dollars. Like, this is a great book. I'm not gonna, in good shape. I will put that with our hip inventory. Nice, that's fun. It's a fun book. And it looks like, chances are, the rest of this stuff, I'll usually do like 1s and 2s of stuff that are pretty common. Maybe up to 5. Issue number 5 I'll put in our hip inventory. Just because people are looking for that and would rather, you know, some people just prefer to just buy it right online. Dollar books. And this guy, put this in as a $6 because it's in really nice shape. Okay, so that was that run. Let's see what we got over here. Here's another small box. This guy's really beat up, but most likely what will happen is this will go in our clearance center. Some little kid will be looking at it, and if I'm back there, I'll just give it to him. But we'll put it in our dollar stuff. But this will most likely just be given away. Batman Adventure Lost Years. He paid $5 on this. Honestly, I don't know why. I'm going to put it in our hip inventory as $5. These, the spines are pretty rough on, so I'm not going to put these in our hip. This is definitely a good one to put in the hip inventory. This one looks pretty good. This is 5. We'll do those as 5. So let's see what else we got. The Flintstones. Like, here's, again, just something unique. I don't know if I've ever seen this book before. It's just a Harvey Comics. This one will go in our hip. These days, anything Spawn that's in good shape will go in our hip inventory. And even though we paid these based on dollar books, we'll put some of these in our hip inventory. You know, at the end of the day, the amount of money it costs us to get it on hip, sometimes we end up just, we probably would have been better off selling it as a dollar book, because how much money we're going to end up actually making after hip fees or eBay fees or, you know, processing fees, all that stuff. The amount of money it took to actually get it up there as far as a person paying them to go through it. So we just do it this way. I'll pull a few books and put it on hip, and if we make, you know, an extra couple bucks, we make an extra couple bucks. But, this one is so scratched up. I'd normally put this in there, but that one's really bad. It's usually like Superman, all the main characters are the stuff that I'll put up there, and then stuff that I feel like I have never seen before, will always get put in the hip boxes. Okay, and all of this stuff, yeah, this stuff all just looks kind of meh. It's not. It'll some of this stuff we'll put it up online, and it will require it requires to answer questions, and we don't want to do that if at all possible. Someone will say, hey, I can't really tell if there's some spine ticks. If it's not perfect, I'd rather it not go. So more dollar books. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to show you really quick before I end this. I'll show you my bins and boxes behind me, and then all of these stuff are going to go in here. And these are $2 stuff, and then this is $1. Okay, so let's show you what it looks like. I can figure out how to get my phone unhooked. All right, so this is my wall books. So this is all the wall books that we've done. And every week, oh, that was terrible. Every week we refresh our wall area. And then down here is, wow, I'm really bad at this. Right down here is all of the $5, $6, $8 price stuff. And then as you can see, we have a ton more stuff to go through. So there you go. That was our very first video of trying to explain how we process our books. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the bottom, and please subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.